110 octane leaded racing gas. Actually, just a barrel. My local oil supply place gets these. There's a $50 core charge on the barrels, so I bought one, and makes a good transport drum for fuel oil. The other shop is heated by a boiler, so fuel oil fired boiler. So I just use the drums, and then system, the dip tubes, and a 1-inch hose. I pneumatically pressurize the drum and then put the fuel oil into a 250-gallon tank. I used to get an electric pump out and 12-volt battery, and that got to be a hassle. This is much quicker. Hey, welcome to Engineers Workshop. It's January 13th. We've had a lot of cold weather, but more concerning, had a lot of temperature swings in the last few days. We'd be down into the teens at night, up as high as 50 during the day, and that's when cast iron machines get in trouble. The air can change temperature much faster than the cast iron. So you get that cold day or a couple of cold days in a row, the cast iron cools off, and then when that air comes up above the dew point temperature of what's stored in that cast iron, you get condensation on those cast iron surfaces. So let me show you the little heater lamps I put together to help keep various things in the shop, the Cincinnati tool and cutter grinder, and most recently the granite table. Get the temperature of those elevated so we don't get the sweating on the surfaces. Show you what I did. A little while ago, a gentleman by the name of Paul Gattenby reached out to me, and you may know him from his channel called the Knackler's Workshop. I've been following his work for the last year or so, and he's got some really interesting things. So he decided we'd do a sticker swap. And so this is my first international set of stickers to add to the board. So anyway, you need to check him out, the Knackler's Workshop on YouTube. He also has an Instagram page. He's got a lot of neat equipment, and you know, being from the UK, it's not going to be the normal stuff you're used to. He's got a BCA jig borer, I think most recently, Myford lathe, an Emco FB2. He's got, of course, the Deckel SO tool and cutter grinder, and a Door Westbury Mark II milling machine. He does a lot of restoration work of this equipment and also for things for other people, so definitely check him out. Let's see what his stickers look like here. Classic. Very nice. Very nice. He got the same format as me, like a 2-inch by 6-inch sticker. And Paul writes, hello James, I've enclosed 2 of my channel stickers and hope they have arrived in as good condition as they left the Knackler's Workshop. You have a great channel and I love your workshop. I would like to have some larger machines, but you've seen my shop, so sadly it won't happen unless I win the lottery. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. You guys in the US and the guys in Australia have so much more space than we do in the UK. I think your K&T 2D rotary head mill is very cool and always enjoy seeing it in action. It has been cool watching your workshop evolve, and as time and money presents itself, I'm sure it will go from strength to strength. Well, I won't ramble on. Keep up the good work with the channel. Stay happy, strong, and healthy. Take care, Paul, aka the Knackler. So check him out. Let's add these stickers to the board. It is a cold day today, so let's hope everything sticks nice. Awesome. Check out Paul's work at the Knackler's Workshop. Also on Instagram, same name. This is about as low-tech as you can get. We've got a 4-inch square box with conduit knockouts, so you can put a cable clamp in. a porcelain lamp base. Personally, I just don't trust when you're putting in an application that you're intending to use as a heat source. I don't trust the plastic ones. Lowe's still carries the porcelain ones, maybe Home Depot does too, but porcelain base. And then this is a 250 watt brooder lamp. You can get them with and without the red coating. I prefer the red coating just because they're not so bright. They still put out the heat that you need, but they don't annoy the neighbors too much. I had a couple of these splitters to put 2 bulbs in if we wanted to get a little bit more heat into a machine. Also, you can get the, I guess call it the plug to standard Edison based bulb adapters. So if you had an outlet strip with a metal base around it, you could just plug one of these in, put a bulb in there or 2 of them, and do the same thing. Just keep in mind the ratings. These I think are rated for 600 watts, so 250 watt bulbs are not a problem, but pretty quick and easy to put together. You know, 10 bucks or so in parts, and you have a heat source for your machines. Now for machine bases, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you find a good cavity to put the heating source in, but for this granite table base, the thing was completely enclosed, and there was no way to get a bulb inside of it. I actually did put a 200 watt bulb on a drop light. I had to lift the one side of the table with the pry bar, and slip the bulb under there, but the bulb didn't end up lasting too long, I think, as it was in contact with the concrete. So I decided to bite the bullet and cut an 8-inch square access hole into the sheet metal. I had to do my best to determine where there was bracing inside, because I didn't want to, cut through the sheet metal skin and then have there be a cross brace in there. So I was able to see that there was nothing in this area. I allowed myself 7 inches from the bottom to allow for the bottom rectangular cross member. I thought it was 2 inch by 4, but it ended up being a 2 inch by 6 rectangular cross member, and that extra couple inches gave me the room for clearance. Got as close as I could with the 4-inch angle grinder, and then just finished up the cuts with the jigsaw. I'd say that's at least 12 gauge material, maybe 10. I'm glad I went up 7 inches, because it turns out the bottom member was a 2 inch by 6 inch rectangle. I thought it was just a 2 inch by 4. We'll get our first look inside. Final step is to stop up the gap between the top and the base. For that, I'm going to use pipe insulation. Well, the inspection table has gone overnight with the top edge sealed to the base and the heat light on the underside, trapping the heat inside. Hopefully that does a good job of bringing the temperature up a little bit on the slab. Let's check it with the heat gun. Just getting a few different temperature readings here. 39. 41, but under where the heat lamp is, 52. So heat lamp's doing its job, raising the ambient temperature up. Slab is 34. Let's check out the Cincinnati. 36, 57, 48. So I'm a good 10 degrees above ambient. There's my upper light that heats up the, I guess you call it the saddle area and the carriage. Then I've got one inside to get the bulk of the frame. In the K&T I have about an 800 watt heater fan. So this guy's nice and toasty. 82, 76, 77. Not helping that vise out much. Well, hope you enjoyed that. It's kind of a band-aid fix for a shop that doesn't have heat. In the other shop, where I do have an oil furnace, I can keep a low level of heat on, keep the shop at maybe 50, 55 degrees, so it never gets really cold and don't have that problem with the cast iron machines getting condensation on them. A lot of wood also in there that tends to buffer the humidity. All the wood projects are done over at the other shop, but here in this building without walls and doors, we just have to use artificial means and burn some electricity to keep the cast iron surfaces at a little bit of an elevated temperature. So hope you enjoyed that. If it's a solution that works for you, it's pretty simple. The Brooder lights, they put out a lot of heat. Most light bulbs put out more heat than light, but being with the red coating on the glass, it isn't too annoying for the neighbors. You don't have lights blaring over here all night. You got just that little bit of a red glow for under the machine. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Hope everybody has a wonderful 2022. Hopefully it's going to be better than 2021. And we'll catch you next time on Engineers Workshop. Until then, stay safe.